Welcome to Portfolio Builders Club. Going to take a look around the stock market. Let's start with AFRM. So AFRM, as we see, as of 2023, we've been in an uptrend. Quite a bit of volatility, though, in the price. But we are managing an overall uptrend. Right now, we're on a current pullback. And we were looking to see if we can get back to a 300% gain from about here to the previous highs that were here. Right now, we are experiencing a pullback. As far as that's concerned, we're below the 200-day moving average. And the best way to play this would be to draw a counter trend line. And we'll draw it kind of here this time to see if we can get above this counter trend line. The same thing we're going to do is look at this 25-day, this red line coming down to see if it can get above the 25-day moving average. Also, we don't want that 25-day to really cross that 200-day moving average. But if it does, we'll have to continue to watch the price to see if we can get back above the 200-day moving average and sort of continue on. Right now, we'll just have to wait and see as far as AFRM is concerned. AMC. So AMC, of course, everybody knows the story of AMC. And as you can see, we've been in a pretty major downtrend here. Now, we do seem to gain some support down near the $2 level, $2.50 and $2.50 level. Looks like a pretty strong level here. So we'll have to manage this and see what it looks like if it gets down to this level down here. Right now, again, we are underwater. We're below the 200-day moving average. We're also below the 100-day moving average. So this is definitely a downtrend. The question is, will it eventually turn around or not? But right now, it is in a downtrend. AVGO, this is Broadcom. Looking at Broadcom, we've definitely been in an uptrend overall, staying above the 200-day moving average. So as you can see, any touch of that 200-day moving average has movement to the upside. Now, this is the first time we've touched 200 and not really had that same level of movement, but we are experiencing some consolidation here. Again, you see that 25-day moving average moving down below the 100-day moving average, but price is overall staying above the 200 and between the 200 and the 100-day moving average. So, again, here we would look for a counter trend line, because our trend is up and we're expecting it to either break out of that and continue to the upside, as well as we'll continue to watch that 25-day moving average, the red line here, to see if price can get above that as well, and if it can stay above this 200-day moving average. So that's the story there for Broadcom. We could look at BlackRock, very similar situation. We've been in an overall uptrend, but we've experienced quite a bit of a pullback here. And we have found some support near the 200-day moving average. Again, we have to see what happens. It hasn't broken above the 100. It's sort of consolidating in this area. Again, you can draw a counter trend line. We'll just sort of draw it maybe right about here and see if we can get a breakout above that. It's Car Gurus. Definitely experienced a major pullback right here. Prior to that, it was in a really strong uptrend. It really only dipped way back here in August, looks like, of 2024. We had a major dip, but otherwise it picked up and took off. Right now we had another major dip, but it has consolidated down here for quite some time at this point with this particular major dip. So again, we'll wait to see if we can get above the 25-day moving average, and we'll really pay attention to whether or not we get this 25-day cross or not, or whether it just gets close and kind of continues to move up. So Kava is taking a little bit of a hit here after a major push to the upside. It's really been showing positive signs. Of course, we got below that 25-day moving average as far as the price. We do have this cross here as well, so we'll have to see if it can even maintain. Right now, as far as to the upside, we'd be looking to see if we can get above this blue line, the 25-day moving average. Otherwise, we would expect this to just continue to the downside, with some fluctuation, of course, but to the downside. But we'll have to monitor that and see. Chipotle, same thing. It's well below the 200-day moving average. The 25-day moving average is actually below that as well. You're getting a flip on this 100-day moving average as well. The only thing that you can see here really would be the support at the 61.8 Fibonacci level to see if it could maybe bounce off of that. But otherwise, we'd have to wait and see. Really watching to see if price can get above this 25-day moving average. It's a pretty steep drop here for Chipotle. Cinemark. So Cinemark, a lot of people talk about AFC, but Cinemark's the one that's really sort of been performing. It has experienced quite a bit of a pullback right here, and we haven't been able to get back to that previous all-time high level up here around $40. But we are around 26 at this point. Let's see how far away it is from that. Even though this is underwater currently, it is at least showing some positive signs. So it's about a 56% move from roughly where it is now. Let's see if I move this up quite a little bit more. So more like a 50% move, let's just say. But if price can break above the 200-day moving average and stay above that, and we can get this 25-day moving average to move above the 200-day moving average and sort of begin an uptrend, then you maybe see some movement to the upside. Right now, this is in a downtrend, and it could very easily just roll over and keep going down. So we'll have to monitor that. Coinbase. So looking at Coinbase, as Bitcoin performs, we're going to get more performance out of Coinbase. We were very close to that previous all-time high there, but did not quite make it. So it has rolled over and come back down under the 200-day moving average, which it has done before. So we'll have to monitor and wait and see when we see one price coming above the 200-day moving average and above the 100-day moving average. But when we get that 25-day out of there as well, and that'll show us some more upward momentum. Right now, downward momentum. We got that cross on the 200. The 100 looks like it's about to cross as well. So we'll have to wait and see if we can get some big news or something on Bitcoin or something. So we'll see. CrowdStrike, of course, we've had a huge recovery here from the time when they had the technical issues. So since then, they've really pushed up above the previous high that they had here. They've had a major pullback right here back into the 200, but it showed some support there, bounced up. So right now, we sort of waiting to see if we can get price above this 25-day moving average. If we can get it above that and trend above that, then we can continue on to more highs. Maybe get back up to $500 here, or move up to $500. All right, let's go to the next one, Carvana. So Carvana, definitely you can see solid uptrend. This is probably one of the deeper pullbacks that we've seen recently. So again, we have that 25-day moving average moving a little bit close to that 200-day moving average, but at least the price is above the 200-day moving average. So we'll have to see if it can maintain and continue to push above the 25-day moving average. We could draw a counter trend line as well here and monitor that as well. So we'll see if it can break through and maybe get back up to those all-time highs. Let's jump to DraftKings. So DraftKings, a lot of volatility, a lot of consolidation. When you look at price over time, you really have just a lot of consolidation. We were looking forward to see if it can get back up to this key zone up here, but as it has attempted, it really has gotten smacked back down several times here, run back into the 200-day moving average, then maybe make another push. So we'll really sort of try to monitor this, but we have to understand that there's pretty major consolidation with high volatility here. So it is one to watch. Maybe more long-term we could get there, but in the short term, you just expect volatility. You're not really sure which side you might end up on. Of course, picking up below the 200-day moving average always gives the opportunity for it to push up out of that, but without being able to sort of break through this $50 level, we have to kind of respect that. So we'll see what happens. Duolingo, definitely positive uptrend, dip back into the 200-day moving average, could make another move. Let's use this here and see how far it is from the previous high. About 35%, 36% away from that previous high. So we'll have to continue to monitor this. The price is above the 200-day moving average at this point, but it's still below the 25-day and the 100. So we'll have to see if we can get that roll to the upside. Let's take a look at Ford. So with Ford, we've had in the past, we had this large consolidation that was occurring. So every time it would hit this lower level here, it would push up. This last time, it did not push up like expected. It did push back into this level again. So we'll have to see if it will finally push out of this particular level or not. but it has been showing support here. But again, the 200-day moving average has been moving to the downside, which could drag all of this down. You got the 200, you got the 100 and the 25-day all facing downward. So the actual expectancy, I guess, at this point would be more movement to the downside if this support doesn't hold. If this support holds, then we can maybe get that turnaround. But otherwise, yeah, we are actually looking more to the downside for forward. So let's take this arrow out, and we'll just remain a bit more neutral on this for now until we see if it breaks below this level here. All right, FICO positive uptrend. Pull back to the 200-day moving average, find the support here. It is slightly above the 25-day moving average. Let's get in a little closer there. So we'll see if this can take off and get above that 100-day, the yellow line, the 100-day moving average or not. So we'll continue to monitor that. Fannie Mae. So here you have a positive uptrend. You have some kind of trend line breaks going on. You can look at this one here as well. Let's look at this one here. This is somewhat of a counter trend line break as well. So with that, you expect more movement to the upside. So let's draw a small arrow of what we're anticipating. A small arrow here, and then we'll have to see if it can break through this level at about $7 or $8, I guess. So that's the story for Fannie Mae. All right, let's just take a look at a few more here. Let's take a look at Hood. So Robinhood is definitely starting to make a comeback here after this downtrend. We're looking forward to get above this 25-day moving average, but our moving averages are still moving in a positive upward movement. And let's see, we will look at RIVN. Let's look at RIVN. So RIVN, competitor to Tesla. May see Rivian trucks on the road, but if you look at this, you'll see that we've been in quite a bit of a consolidation, but we've been moving to the downside. As you see, the 200-day moving average, the blue line here, is definitely moving to the downside, and our other moving averages are really below that. So with all this consolidation, it's really not a good way to tell which direction it may go in the near future, but we do seem to have some support down here around the $8 level, $8 to $10 level. So we'll have to continue to monitor that.